You ever wake up in the middle of the night, again, and just lie there for a moment, frustrated, wondering why your bladder seems to be calling the shots more than you are? Maybe it used to be once a night, now it's 2 or 3 times, and suddenly your sleep isn't what it used to be. You feel tired during the day, a bit grumpy even, and it starts affecting how much energy you have for the things you enjoy. I hear this all the time from friends my age. One of them told me recently, "I haven't slept through the night in over 5 years." And the thing is, it's not just about the sleep. When you're waking up that often, it starts to wear on your body, your mind, even your mood. But here's the good news. It doesn't have to be your new normal. Let's talk about it. If you're over 70 and find yourself making more than 2 trips to the bathroom each night, there are simple, natural things you can do every day that might just change that. We're not talking about expensive medications or uncomfortable procedures, just little changes that can make a big difference. I'm not here to scare you. Frequent nighttime urination, or what doctors call nocturia, is incredibly common as we age. But common doesn't mean harmless. Poor sleep can affect memory, balance, blood pressure, even the immune system. That's why this matters. Not just to stop the bathroom trips, but to help you feel more rested, more alert, and more in control again. So, let's start with something really practical and surprisingly effective. One thing many people don't realize is how much your evening fluid habits affect your night. I'm not saying stop drinking water. Please don't. Staying hydrated is important, especially as we get older. But what you can do is time your fluids differently. Try this. Drink most of your water earlier in the day. Between morning and early afternoon, sip steadily. But by evening, let's say after 6 or 7 p.m., start cutting back. If you're thirsty, a few sips are fine, but avoid large glasses of water, tea, or juice late at night. I had to learn this myself. I used to enjoy a big cup of herbal tea around 9 p.m., thought it helped me relax. And sure, it did, until I had to get up at 1 a.m. and again at 3 a.m. Once I shifted that cup of tea to earlier in the evening, I noticed I could sleep a little longer. Not all night, but longer. Sometimes, that's all it takes, just adjusting the timing. Now let's talk about something a little less obvious, but really powerful: leg elevation. Strange, right? But stick with me here. During the day, especially if you're on your feet or sitting for long hours, fluid builds up in your legs. Gravity does that. When you lie down at night, your body redistributes that fluid, and your kidneys get busy trying to eliminate it, which can mean more nighttime bathroom visits. Try this trick. Sometime in the late afternoon or early evening, lie down and elevate your legs, above heart level if possible, for 20 to 30 minutes. Prop them up on a few pillows or rest them on the couch arm while lying back. This helps move the excess fluid out before you go to bed. You might be surprised how well this works. A friend of mine who struggles with swollen ankles tried it after I mentioned it to her. Within a few days, she said, "I didn't wake up until almost 5 a.m. That hasn't happened in months." And she didn't change anything else, just put her legs up every evening. Simple, right? But powerful. And here's another important point that many overlook: your evening diet. Certain foods, especially those high in salt or sugar, can act like fluid magnets. They make your body hold on to water during the day and then flush it out when you lie down. Salty snacks, canned soups, processed meats. They taste good, sure, but they can make the problem worse. Instead, opt for lighter, simpler dinners. Fresh vegetables, lean proteins, whole grains. And watch the salt. If you're used to adding a pinch here and there, try cutting back just a little. Your taste buds will adjust, I promise. And your bladder might just thank you with a little extra peace and quiet at night. These small changes, the timing of fluids, leg elevation, smarter dinner choices, they're not magic, but they are meaningful. And when done consistently, they can reduce how often you get up at night, helping you sleep deeper, feel better, and enjoy your mornings with a little more bounce in your step. Now, we've talked about adjusting when you drink water, keeping your legs elevated in the evening, and being mindful of your salt and sugar intake at dinner. And already, those little tweaks can bring a noticeable difference. But let's dig a little deeper, because there's more you can do, and it doesn't require anything fancy. One of the biggest game changers, yet one of the most overlooked, is something we often forget to do deliberately as we age. Move. Yes, I'm talking about daily movement. Not intense exercise or anything that leaves you panting and sore. Just simple, regular, intentional movement. Walking around the house, doing gentle stretches, even gardening or tidying up the kitchen, it all counts. You see, movement helps your body manage fluid balance. When you move, your blood and lymphatic fluids circulate more efficiently. That means your body can process and eliminate excess fluid during the day, rather than saving it for nighttime. And when your legs and feet stay active, they're less likely to swell, which reduces that nighttime urgency. A lady I know, she's 78 now, started taking a short walk every evening after dinner, just around her garden or up and down the driveway. Nothing too strenuous. But within 2 weeks, she said she was sleeping longer stretches at night. And not just that, she felt more energized in the morning. It wasn't the walk itself that was magical, but how it helped her body work the way it's supposed to. The trick is consistency. Even 5 to 10 minutes a day adds up. If your knees or hips give you trouble, try seated exercises. Move your feet, raise your arms, do little twists in your chair. Anything that gets the circulation going will help your system flush waste more efficiently and more before bedtime. Now let's touch on something a bit more personal, but very important: bladder training. I know that might sound a bit odd. Bladder training? At my age. But hear me out. As we get older, our bladder muscles can get weaker, just like any other muscle. And the nerves that tell us we need to pee can become a little too eager. So even if there's not much in the tank, we feel the urge to go. What helps is gently stretching the time between bathroom visits during the day. If you usually go every hour, try waiting an extra 10 or 15 minutes. Don't force it, just ease into it. This helps your bladder relearn how to hold more for longer. And over time, that can mean fewer urges waking you up at night. Now, I'm not saying to ignore your body when it truly needs to go, especially if you have any history of urinary tract issues. But for many people, a big part of the nighttime problem is that the bladder's just gotten a little too sensitive, and you can gently teach it to calm down. One of the men in our community center started doing this. He called it Peace Talks with My Bladder. He'd sit with a crossword puzzle and stretch his bathroom visits just a bit each day. After a few weeks, he noticed that he could sit through a whole movie again without interruption. And at night, he said he got his first full 6-hour stretch of sleep in years. And while we're on the topic of relaxing, here's something many don't consider, but it makes a huge difference: managing evening stress. I know, stress seems like something that belongs to younger folks, those with jobs and kids and deadlines. But truthfully, stress doesn't retire. It just changes shape. Worrying about your health, finances, the news, or even a family member, it all adds up. And when your mind is restless, your body follows. Cortisol and adrenaline, those stress hormones, can irritate the bladder and tighten muscles, making you feel like you need to go even when you don't. So try this in the evening. Turn off the news. Put down the phone. Play soft music. Read something uplifting. Or call a friend who makes you laugh. Even a few minutes of gentle breathing or prayer before bed can make a world of difference. When your mind relaxes, so does your body. And that can lead to a quieter, more peaceful night. All of these things, moving more, stretching your bladder's patience, calming your thoughts, they aren't just tricks. They're ways of reclaiming your comfort, your rest, and your sense of ease. Because let's be honest, good sleep is one of the best gifts we can give ourselves as we grow older. But we're not done yet. There are still a few more simple, daily habits that can truly help you regain control and sleep more soundly. Let's keep going. We've already covered a lot: hydration timing, elevating your legs, watching your evening meals, getting some gentle movement in, training your bladder, and managing stress. These small, daily actions all build towards something powerful: restful sleep and better bladder control. But let's not stop now. There are still a couple more habits that can really tip the scales in your favor. Let's talk about something that may seem completely unrelated at first: keeping your bowels regular. I know, not the most glamorous topic, but stick with me. Constipation can actually increase nighttime urination. Surprising, right? But it makes sense when you think about it. When your bowels are full and sluggish, They press against your bladder, creating extra pressure. That pressure can make you feel like you have to go, even if your bladder isn't full. Now, this pressure gets worse when you lie down at night. And suddenly, that urge you could ignore during the day becomes impossible to sleep through. So, keeping your digestion moving can be a silent hero in your journey to fewer bathroom trips at night. How do you do that? Simple habits again. Drink water steadily during the day. Remember, earlier is better. Eat more fiber. Things like oatmeal in the morning, leafy greens at lunch, maybe a few prunes or a small bowl of beans. And move. Walking, even around the house, helps your intestines keep working like they should. A regular bathroom schedule also trains your system to expect a routine, which in turn helps your bladder settle into a rhythm too. One gentleman I spoke with had been struggling with both nighttime urination and irregular bowel movements for years. When he started drinking more water in the morning and added a fruit salad after breakfast, things started shifting. Within 2 weeks, he wasn't just sleeping longer. He felt lighter, more comfortable during the day, and more confident in his own body. Now, the last habit I want to share with you may sound a little unexpected. It's something most people never think to associate with bladder health: mindful breathing and pelvic floor awareness. Yes, even after 70, your pelvic floor muscles still play a vital role in controlling the bladder. And you don't have to go to a gym or take a class to work them. Try this right now. While you're sitting, take a slow breath in and gently tighten the muscles you'd use to stop yourself from passing gas. That's your pelvic floor. Hold it for a few seconds, then release as you exhale. Do that 5 to 10 times a day, and over time, you strengthen the very muscles that help keep those late-night bathroom urges under control. And when you combine that with slow, deep breathing, you double the benefits. Breathing slowly calms the nervous system, which helps your bladder relax and reset its sensitivity. That's especially helpful before bed, when tension or anxious thoughts can make things worse. I had a neighbor, 82 years old, who started doing these exercises while brushing her teeth and before getting into bed. At first, she felt a little silly, but she stuck with it. And a month later, she told me she was going to the bathroom once a night instead of 3 times, and waking up feeling more refreshed than she had in years. So what does this all come down to? You're not powerless. Aging brings changes, yes, but it doesn't mean you have to surrender your comfort or your sleep. You just need to know how to work with your body instead of against it. All of these daily habits we've talked about, hydration timing, food choices, moving your body, calming your thoughts, staying regular, and strengthening your muscles, they're not quick fixes, but they're powerful. They don't just reduce nighttime urination. They help you feel more in control, more rested, and more alive. And here's the truth, my friend. Your age is not a limit. It's a stage full of wisdom, self-awareness, and the ability to choose well for yourself. You deserve peaceful nights. You deserve mornings without grogginess. You deserve to feel good in your own body. So try these habits. Start with just one if that's easier. Build slowly. Be patient with yourself. And most of all, believe that better sleep, fewer bathroom trips, and brighter mornings are still possible. And before you go, I'd love to hear from you. What's worked for you? Are you trying one of these habits? Drop a comment below. Let's learn from each other. And if this video helped you in any way, give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe. We're building a community here, a place for wisdom, support, and practical advice for the wonderful years we're living right now. Remember, you're never too old to feel young again.